Sure, sure. Yeah, no problem at all. Okay, so the word editor, right? Editor. So what we're going to do is you have a pen and paper, and we're going to break down that word so that you get that word perfectly. Editor, right? So when, in terms of the sound of that word, the way it's actually written is not how it sounds as it should sound. So editor, there's no T sound in there at all. Editor. So if you were to write in Israeli, you could write it in Israeli. Like, you don't have to write it in English. You just write it however it comes out for you best, so that you are making the sound of editor. Now I hear it as editor. Oh.
Editor.
Do that again.
Yeah. Editor.
Perfect.
Editor.
An editor. But like, you need to write it so that when you hear me say the word editor, that it's written in a way that you can look at that word and go, hang on a minute, it's not EDIT, it's editor. However you have written it is editor. How it's going to work. Editor. Say the whole thing again. I will put on my super hearing ears and listen again.
My name is Or, and I'm a video editor for a big broadcast company in Israel.
Okay, so on the word where you say my name, it's very slight. It's so tiny, but it's not quite right. So I think the sound needs to have like an AE sound from my name. Yeah, I feel like it should be more like that. Name.
My name.
Yeah. My name is Or.
Name.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Okay. My name.
Read it out for me again.
My name is Or, and I'm a video editor for a big broadcast company in Israel.
Perfect. I wanted to sound more like that. Exactly.
Ooh. So no T.
Yeah. Exactly. Perfect. So let's have that sentence again. What is surrogacy exactly?
So what is surrogacy exactly?
Yeah, that works. It sounds okay. Yeah, sure. Like, if you're from Spain, you have like a ratatatatata, in your accent, and then the French is a little bit, wishy-washy, and then but the Americans, it's very monotone. It's like, I'm going to keep talking like this, and I'm never going to change my tone. I'm very, very boring, and it's just blah. So when you're talking, in terms of your rhythm and your tone, trying to be as monotone as possible without sounding ridiculous or like a robot is kind of important. So when you say the sentence, and fertilize an egg that we receive from an egg donor, you have a rhythm to it that doesn't match the American accent at the moment. So just remember that when you're going into anything that you're doing with an American accent, that you kind of need to monotone it a little bit more.
Donor. Yeah, okay. So I'm writing down the donor, like donut, but no.
No, I need it to be more, maybe break it in two. Donor. Oh yeah, better. Donor.
So I wrote it down like donut, kind of like dough, and then N-U-R-R.
Yeah. Well, say the word for me.
Donor.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, perfect.
Donor.
So let's go back to the sentence. And fertilize an egg that we received from an egg donor.
And fertilize an egg. And fertilize an egg that we received from an egg donor. Yeah,
I'm happy with egg donor. That's perfect. Your T ends in the back of your throat. It's like that. Perfect. That we received. And then I want a little bit more R on the word received. So
Received.
if you were to go ha-har, like a pirate, right? R, that,
R.
yeah. When you're in the R position, R, you start the word received immediately after. So you go ha-ha received.
Ha-ha received.
Perfect. So that R beginning is where you need to start to get the correct R sound.
Let's, it's like kind of a dark L. Oh, let's say,
Yeah, perfect.
let's say we got 10 eggs.
I'm happy with that. Perfect. Let's say we
Cool.
got 10 eggs. I think the word eggs, I kind of want it to be more eggs.
Eggs, not eggs. Eggs.
Yeah, I want it to be more eggs. Yeah.
Eggs.
Let's say we got 10 eggs. Yeah.
Egg. Let's say we got 10 eggs. 5 of them will be fertilized by or factor. That's my partner.
Right.
5 of them.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah. 5 of them will be fertilized
5 of them
or factor.
will be fertilized by or factor. Fertilize. We're there.
Yeah.
Fertilize.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Fertilized.
Okay.
A few days after the fertilization.
A few days after the fertilization.
Say it again for me.
A few days after the fertilization. A few days after the fertilization.
Yeah. So it's very slight, but I just want to change it a little. I need to have more you. It's weird, like on the word you, like you are you. It's
You.
like you're chewing gum, like you're kind of starting back here. You. It's a long journey. You. So
that's why I'm here.
A few days after.
A few days after.
Much better. The fertilization.
The fertilization.
Sure. So we do a biopsy for each fertilized egg. That is now called an embryo. And for each of the embryos, get scored.
We do a biopsy for each fertilized egg. That is now called an embryo. And each of the embryos gets scored.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Based on these scores, we decide which embryo will be inserted into the womb of the surrogate.
So this is where you have a really Spanish sound happening on your S's. Your S's are where it really kind of sticks out. So when you say based on these scores, like you have a big S thing going on. So based, yeah, well, it's just
interesting. I love it.
It might just my ears. So when you say the word based, I kind of want it to be more like how can you say based and scores just so that I can hear it again?
Based scores.
So okay. Yeah. Scores. It's scores. So let's go for the word based. So I want your mouth to keep the word and the sound very, very small, like as if you were to spit something out of your mouth. If you were to go, that's how small this word is that we're going to get out of our mouth. So the interior of your mouth, I want it to be really, really small. And so you're going to start with the right at the very, very front, bay, and then
based.
Yeah, better. Based. And then just a very tiny, yeah, based. So it's bay and then yeah, very tiny, based. better. And then
Okay.
scored.
Scores. Another S.
Scores.
Although it's a D
Scores.
sound. So scores.
Yeah. Just try
Scores.
not to push any more air through the word when you're saying it. So like you're literally gonna not close your mouth, but like make the space for the word to get out quite small. And then you're literally going to start with a sk in the back of your throat and then just go and then push out the word like you're spitting it out of your mouth. Scores. Yeah. Scores. Yeah, perfect. So
Score.
based on these scores, nice, we decide which embryo
will be inserted into the
Perfect.
womb of the surrogate.
into the womb. I want it to womb. Go for woo.
Womb.
Better.
Womb.
So
Womb.
based on these scores, we decide which embryo will be inserted into the womb of the surrogate. I want the of to be more like of. Perfect.
Of the surrogate. The surrogate.
You're not going to do it of the surrogate.
Surrogate.
So the surrogate, the T is going to pop in behind the front teeth. Surrogate. So the T is going to go just, it's like your tongue just taps behind the front teeth. Surrogate. Perfect. Yeah. Surrogate. Okay. So let me hear that whole sentence again now.
Based on these scores, we decide which embryo will be inserted into the womb of the surrogate. The surrogate is not the same woman as the egg donor, but she will be the one to care. Oh wow, it goes down. But she let's do it comma by comma. The surrogate is not the same woman as the egg donor.
But it was so lovely to meet you, and I really cannot wait to watch your videos. I'm going to look out for them, and do start a TikTok, and I'll follow you on TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah, so let me know, and I will be right there with you. All right, my darling. So nice to meet you. Take it easy. See you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.